Hello.
Hello, everyone. This is Richard Weil with National Restaurant Consultants, and once again, welcome in to our NRC Helpful Moment. I'm joined today by Mr. Brian Devine, as always, the president of Top Line Management and Cafe Fuel. And today we bring back our wonderful vice president of National Restaurant Consultants, Mr. Jared Flowers, who is in Dover, New Hampshire, a long distance away from Phoenix, Arizona, where he resides in the Valley of the Sun. And there's Jared, and he's going to talk something really cool today about a restaurant project we've been working on for well over a year in terms of a really cool concept from our client, Mr. John Bushnell. And I want to thank John for all of his trust in National Restaurant Consultants. But I want to immediately get going here and have Jared absolutely talk to us about opening a restaurant and the reopening and what makes National Restaurant Consultants a legacy consulting company. So Jared, please take it away.
Absolutely. And Richard, I know that our time is limited on any of these helpful moments because we want to maximize the time we have for all the folks that are tuning in. But, this is a project we started actually almost 2 years ago. And it has been a labor of love of helping to find funding, to help find sourcing of a building. We've worked with John on so many different levels as the speed bumps came over and over and over again. But we ultimately were able to secure the space we wanted from the very beginning. We took a 45-year-old pizza restaurant, and we have since built a bar. If I can do this without putting my fingers in front of the camera. We built a bar inside an old pizzeria that never had it. We have 100-year-old floors, an old space that's directly across from the train station, and really just doing some cool stuff. We have over 1,000 followers on social media and have really just been able to connect with this local community as it's just growing. Fortunately for us, Corona and COVID-19 in a sad way shut down so many businesses and slowed everything down from reopening. The fact that we are going to be able to reopen at the same time as everyone else, we feel very fortunate. We didn't open quickly and then have to lay everyone off. So the fact we were a little behind worked to our favor. But it also gave us the time to come up with some of the plans that National Restaurant Consultants has been talking about for weeks in training and teaching the teams on how to clean all of the wipeable spaces. We talked to Charlie a couple weeks ago, and to take that along with our rollout program and really have this as our first client and our first restaurant to do the new rollout and really execute the full plan. We had the mayor of Dover, New Hampshire in, who was really excited about it. We've shared this with the president of the Arizona Restaurant Association, who's super excited about it. And I think we're going to see more and more people get on board with some of these cleaning and sanitation tasks of things that we normally wouldn't have done before. We did have to jump through some hoops. We've had some policy issues and some inspector issues, but that's where National Restaurant Consultants really comes in and shows up to the party. We've done this enough times that we understand the regulations for restaurants and we understand city regulations and how to read them. And we also know how to create relationships within those communities to say, hey, we don't need to be combative. We're here to be a partner. We're here to be, a statute in the community. We want to be here for the long haul. So picking a fight with our inspectors is never a good thing. But being able to be an ally for our clients really helps move that needle. And I think us being able to be here in Dover, New Hampshire this week has proven that. And, we've proven that time and again in other cities and municipalities. And I think that's what, again, is an added value just because we've done it enough that, not that it's routine, but it's never routine. We've learned that it's never routine. And we just have to know how to pivot and build those relationships to keep the clients and the municipalities on the same page.
Well, that's awesome. I know we're running a little bit awkward on the stream a little bit because I'm talking now and you're still talking on the streaming, but that's okay. We got the message. important part is that Jared and our consulting team, we've collectively probably have opened, my guess, well over 350 restaurants within our group easily. And it's never the same, as Jared pointed to, and it's always about the relationships. And whether we have a restaurant client in Dover, New Hampshire, as this client is, or down in Florida, or in Seattle, Washington, Phoenix, Colorado, and Chicago, Wisconsin, Texas, all points in between, we know how to work with the local jurisdictions. And Jared's expertise in his ability to help in this particular case, while the owner gets pretty excited, and we know that our owners, obviously, they've got all the money at risk, they've got all the investment in time and stress, we're able to neutralize that. And as they say, go home, let us do the work in a lot of regards, right, Jared?
Exactly.
So I want to thank Jared for being here today. And I want to follow now to Brian to talk a little bit about what is so important in terms of when you are opening or reopening the restaurant, the purpose of videos and some of those things on the marketing side. So Brian, take it away, please.
Absolutely. Jared, thank you so much for all that great information. And I want to just capitalize on that, because when you are opening a new restaurant, reopening a restaurant, you can never tell people what you're doing too much. And social media is still a great way to do it. You still obviously want to do that on your websites, but I want you thinking about video and memes. And by memes, what I'm saying is I would rather you break up your content, whatever you want to tell people, into bite-sized sentences and put it on an image of something that is happening in your restaurant. So for the restaurant that Jared is working with right now, they've got some really great flags that are on the tables. So take pictures of that and then put some text on there to let people know what it is and how it is benefiting them. If you are doing above and beyond and you're really following the guidelines that National Restaurant Consultants is providing to help you reopen, break that up and let people know what you're doing, and do that through memes. So it's just an image with a small amount of text, and also video, because that is what is compelling. So when you get to just look right at people and talk about what you're doing, that's how you get people to connect with you. So I really want to make sure that you're not feeling like, well, we did it twice this week, that should be enough. If you're doing it less than twice a day, it's not enough. And if you're doing it 4 or 5 times a day, keep it up. You're doing great.
And what's really good about what Jared's been able to coach our owner, John Bushnell, in terms of the website as well as their Facebook, they're posting every day and they're not open, right, Jared?
Correct.
And Jared's giving them a lot of coaching. And I'll tell you, the tables, it's a little hard to see those tables right now, but what Jared was able to do with National Restaurant Consultants and helping the client save money by wrapping those tables with the flags of all those teams is just phenomenal. And what a brilliant way to do it. And a savings probably was thousands of dollars, right?
Agreed. And, being able to utilize the strategic partners we have all over the country, not that we, work with any one vendor, but the fact that we have vendors all over the country that are willing to work with us. Instead of getting new tables, we were able to take some 30-year-old tables, put some cool wraps on there with a local vendor, and be able to save the client a fortune. And, that's what we do. We don't want to shortcut anything, but we want to make sure that we maximize value with every job that we do. And I feel like we've done a great job here with that with John. And John's a wonderful client who's very flexible, and that makes it great. We can't always do that, but in this case, it really worked out, and he's really happy with the outcome.
Well, that's excellent. And Jared, I know you're heading home here in the next 24 hours roughly. So safe travel, safe flight. And that's it for our helpful moment for today. So bye for now, everybody. Thanks again.
Thank you guys so much.